In this video, we are going to see the next topic of Unit 1, Perspective Process Models. So, in the last lecture video, we saw a lot of process models to develop the software product. So, in this lecture, we are going to see the remaining 3 more process models to develop the software product. In the last lecture video, we have seen about waterfall model, a V model. So remaining 3 models, there are 6 models are there. So now in this lecture, we are going to see the 3 models: incremental model, RAD model, rapid application development model, and the last one is iterative model. We will see one by one. So the same definition of software process models are there. So the first model in this lecture video is incremental model. In the word sense, so the model have to be developed in an increment manner. So it is a process of software development. Here the requirements have to be divided into multiple modules or multiple units of the software development life cycle, SDLC. And in this model, each unit or module goes through the same procedure like requirements gathering, design, coding, that is implementation, testing, and final one is maintenance. So the same 5 processes have to be repeated in each increment to produce a software in an increment manner. So this is the diagrammatic representation of incremental model. You can clearly see that initially the requirements have to be gathered from multiple customers or end users. After that, the process, project have to be divided into multiple modules. Consider there are 3 modules. So in the first step, the first module have to be developed by following the steps of design and development, testing, and final one is implementation and maintenance. After, the second module have to be developed by the same process: design, development, testing, and maintenance or implementations. So for the same steps have to be repeated up to the number of modules to be identified in the given process. That's why they are giving like a built-in. So this is the concept of incremental model. So we have to develop the product in an increment manner. So when we have to be use the incremental model in a application or in a project or a product. So when the requirements have to be declared in more previous manner, then that product or software process have to be suitable for incremental model. And if a project has a lengthy development schedule, then incremental model is suitable. And for that incremental model, the software team, analyst team are not well skilled or trained. And also when the customer demands a quick release of the product, then we are going with incremental model. So we can develop the model by giving some priority to the requirements first. For example, if the customer giving 5 requirements, first of all the software analyst or engineer giving priority to those 5 requirements. For example, the second requirements which was given by the customer is the more priority, means then by using incremental model, the software analyst have to develop that software process or application for that second requirement only, because that requirement was given as the highest priority. That is the meaning of this 5th sentence. You can develop the prioritized requirements first. So these are the advantages of incremental model. Here the errors can be easily recognized, and it is very easy to test and debug, and it is more flexible. It is very simple to identify and manage the risk, and here the client gets important functionality early. And there are some more disadvantages of incremental model which need more good planning, and the cost is very high because it is an increment fashion, and it need a well defined module interfaces. It need, because it is an incremental manner or increment fashion to deliver or design a product. So first of all they have to develop a part of the software. After that they are developing the another part of the software. So in final they have to be integrated all those modules, so that here it need a good well defined interfaces or that, then only they can interacted or integrated all other modules to deliver the final whole product. It is a little more difficult. So these all about incremental model. Second model is RAD, that is rapid application development model. So in the word sense, it is a rapid growth. It deliver the software product in small fashion, that is similar like incremental or iterative model. So rapid application development is a concept which produce here the products can be developed faster, and it can achieve higher quality by doing the following steps. The first step is they can gather the requirements. After that they can give some prototyping. Prototype is nothing but the initial design of the software product. After that they can reuse the software components which was developed by the previous manner, and also it can have the less reviews among the software analysts. It is the diagrammatic representation of rapid development application model, RAD. So you can clearly see that for the first module it is similar like incremental model, right? The same diagram here present. So for module 1 the same 5 steps have to be repeated, but the technical term only differs, but the process are almost same, like requirements gathering, design, testing, implementation, coding and testing. So here also the module 1 first have to be developed, after that module 2 developed, after that module 3 has to be developed, right? So it is in a rapid growth for each and every individual module. So the same 5 phases are here. Business modeling, here it can define what type of data to be processed and what data is generated and who is going to be generate that particular data, where that information getting from that customer to deliver the product, and who the person to be processed by the software analyst. And data modeling, here the data collected from business modeling to support the business. And next one is process modeling, here the information defined in the data modeling phase or transformed to achieve the data flow to implement a business function. Next one is application generation, here some of the automated tools have to be used to facilitate construction of the software. And final one is testing and turnover. Testing is the implementation part, we are going with we are dealing with some coding part. And final one is turnover, it is a deployment, that is we have to deliver the product to the customer. So what are the applications of RAD model and when to use RAD model? The same questions in university exams, if they are asking what are the applications of RAD model, means the same question, when to use RAD model in a particular situation or in particular time. So the first one is it should need to create the project that modularizes in a short span time, 2 to 3 months, which means if a particular project have to deliver to the customer in 2 to 3 months, means then we are going with this RAD model, because by using RAD model we can develop the software project within 2 to 3 months. And the requirements are well defined, and the technical risk is very limited, and it should be used only if the budget allows the use of automatic code generated tools, which means if the system supporting to the software analyst to deliver the software product and the system have to be using some automatic code generation tools, then only this type of RAD model to be applied. And these are the advantages of RAD model, it is very flexible, and here it also suitable for any changes in the requirements. And the RAD model brings highest priority to the customer, and also it reduces the development time, it increases the reusability concept. So these are the disadvantages. It require highly trained people to develop the software product, and it is all application is not compatible or suitable with RAD. It is suitable for smaller projects, we cannot use RAD model because it is development by module by module. So if there is a small project, in the sense there is no sense to use RAD model, so it is not suitable for smaller projects. and on very high technical risk, the RAD application model is not suitable. And here it required user involvement also. User is nothing but the customer. So in this type of RAD model required the involvement of the customers for developing the software product. So this is all about rapid application development model. And the last one is iterative model. In this model, we can start with some of the software specifications and develop the first version of the software. It's nothing but by using this iterative model, we can develop the software by producing the initial version, which means we can deliver the software product in a small manner. After that, again we can get the feedback from the user. Then we can again refine the requirements to deliver the whole product to the customer. Every release of this model finishes in an exact period of time, that is called iteration. If the customer setting the time 2 months in the sense, then by using iterative model, the product should be delivered on period of time in 2 months, that is iteration. And also it allows accessing earlier phase in which the variations made respectively. So this is the diagrammatic representation of iterative model. The same process have to be repeated for each and every iteration. Consider there are 3 iterations. So for the first iteration, the same process repeated: requirements gathering, after that analysis, design, testing, implementation, and final one is review. So the review can be given into the another phase. Actually it is a reverse process. For iteration 3, the design have to be giving the input to the iteration 2, and iteration 2 giving the output to the input of iteration 1. The same process have to be repeated for each and every iteration to deliver the version of the software. So the same step, the first step, we have to gather the requirements from multiple users. After that we are going with some architectural design. Then we are doing with some coding part. After that we are going to test to uncover the errors, and then we can deliver the product to the customer. Then we can review the product by getting the feedback from the user, and finally we have to maintain the software product for further use. And applications of iterative model, here the requirements are well defined, clearly well defined and easy to understood, and it is suitable for large software application. And it should be suitable for if any changes needed to be in the requirements. And these are the advantages of iterative model. Testing and debugging is easy during smaller iteration, and here a parallel development can be planned. This is the concept of parallel, because in parallel manner the same process have to be repeated for multiple modules, and it is easily acceptable to the changing in the requirements, and risks are identified and resolved in a easy manner, and limited time spent on documentation and extra time on design. These are the disadvantages of iterative model. It is not suitable for smaller projects, and it requires more resources. Design can be changed again and again because of imperfect requirements, because it is suitable for the changes in the requirements. That is also the disadvantages of iterative model. And if the changes to be occurred in the requirements, then the budget will also high, so it can cause a high budget. And final one is, here the project completion date cannot be confirmed because the requirements have to be changed at any time. So by using iterative model, we can't fix the date of the project completion. So these all about the 3 models. So in this lecture we saw about iterative model, incremental model, and RAD model.